Hello and welcome. This is a character profile video for the class Void Knight. And yes, I do know that it says Dark Knight above to the top left, but it's really a Void Knight. See, she's wearing better armor. So what you're going to see in this video is all of her skills, her enhancements, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, her player card, and I'm going to show a gameplay video so you can see the magic system that she has awakened. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it and see Void Knight. Here we go. Okay, if you are new to these slides, I'll briefly explain it. On the far left is all her skills. The next column to the right says charges. It's how many times she can use that skill. The next one that says hits is how many times the skill can hit. And then the next one is damage percentage of PvE and damage percentage of PvP. And then to the far right is all of the specials that go with each of the skills. So as you can see, I tried to color code it to show which skills, which is basically just about all of them, 99%. All of them give you magic when using it, and there's super armor in a lot of her skills. And what makes her stand out is not only does she have a heal at the very last skill called Spirit Absorption, but she also has Dark Mist, which makes her invincible and grants her super armor while she moves. So using that to get around your opponent and continue putting the hurt on them is what makes her a good class. So what I'm going to do now is show you the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend, and I'll see you there. Here we go. So what I've done is I've taken the all of her skills and I've organized it by the highest percentage of damage for PvE. That's player versus enemy, when you're fighting monsters out there or just anything out in general, and you're using skills for this. This highlighted in green is the top 8. That's all we can bring out, is the top 8 skills that I recommend. You don't have to use it, but they're just, like I said, a recommendation. And what you can see is that when you find what works for you, then you can add in the Dark Mist and the Spirit Absorption to keep your health up while you're out there fighting monsters, probably farming away or whatnot, but also being aware of what skills perform faster and which ones don't. So here's the list, take a look, and I'm going to move over to the top 8 PvP skills and see if it's the same ones. So we'll see you there. Here we go. And the results are yes, all of the highlighted skills are the same for PvE and PvP, meaning they all have high damage percentages, so you can work with them all. But when you're doing PvP, that's different. It's not as easy fighting regular mobs or monsters when you're fighting an actual human player on the other side. So the advice is, see what your highest ones are in percentage, which is Legacy of Vidir, Obsidian Ashes, and Eclipse, and there's more. And work in that Dark Mist. And let's see. Yeah, I definitely recommend the Dark Mist be part of your rotation, and just get a feel for what is faster and what just allows you to flow and hit much better. So once again, take a look at this, see which ones that you like, and like I said, this is just a recommendation. You don't have to use these, but I definitely recommend that you take a look at Dark Mist and put that in your rotation somewhere of your 8 skills. So what we're going to do now is introduce the magic activation that you get for your enhancements, and then we'll go to the enhancement screen. Here we go. So this is what many people who have Dark Knights are looking forward to, because as a Dark Knight you cannot use the magic, consume any magic, because there's no option to do so. When you get her to a Void Knight, then you see this magic activation. It intensifies and increases your AP plus 25%. It consumes 20 magic when using any of the skills that are connected to magic activation, and I will show you that on the enhancement screen. And magic recovery effect is not applied upon hit, which means when you're out there, if you're about to activate something on an enemy and you get hit, or more or less I should say, if you do it, activate it, and then you get hit, then that activation is gone. You got to redo it again. Just you'll have to mess around with it to see exactly what I mean, but it's not always on. It can be turned off when you get attacked. So let's go ahead and move over to the enhancement screen and see what we got. Here we go. Alright, so if you are new to my enhancement slide, I'll briefly explain it. On the far left are all the skills. On the far right is the branch damages connected to those skills. And in the center is 4 columns. The third column, I always try to make what affects the person you're fighting. So if we take Dancing Blade, the very first skill, and the third column, the target's AP reduces minus 20 for 10 seconds if you use that skill on him. So if you're familiar with all my videos, I always make the third column what happens to the person you're fighting. The first, second, and fourth is always what benefits you. So here we are, and it looks like Cross Slash has a magic activation. Fury of Camasylvia, I believe it's how it's pronounced. Obsidian Ashes and Legacy of Vidir has magic activation. So you got 4 skills that have this activation on top of it, and gotta say, it just makes her much stronger. And if you take a look at her enhancements, I mean, look at the second column. She's got a lot of them that are, an add-on. Plus 20 defense, plus 20 attack. And the fourth column, look at all those skill cooldowns so she can attack faster. So if this is a character you want to make your main character, Pearl Abyss does not disappoint, and they want you to put the work in so that she can be much faster, hit harder, and have that magic activation on top to just really be a formidable opponent. So what we're going to do now is move you on to the player card, and then will be the gameplay video just to show you what she can do, and I will highlight the magic activation skills in that gameplay video so you can see what it looks like. So without further ado, let's move over to the player card. Here we go. Okay, welcome to the player card. This is like a baseball card. It's a summation of all the slides that you saw before. So if you're familiar with my character profile videos, you could be like, new character. Alright, I'm going to zip on over to the player card and just get a look at what that character has. But if you're new, let me introduce how this works. At the very top are the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommended. And then to the right of it is something new. Yeah, I call it immobilization. So it's any skill that knocks you down, knocks you up, daze, stun, anything except knockback. I really don't consider knockback anything that immobilizes you. Even when you're knocked down, you have to spend animation to get up. So what I've done is I've shown you in green that she has 8 skills that have an immobilization to it, which is really good. You bring in 8 skills anyway, so if you choose all of these, then you know that there's an immobilization in each one of them, which again, my hat goes off. That makes her really powerful. So that is how that section works, and below that is all the skills that you saw in the beginning of this video, and below that is the enhancements that you just saw. So what I've also done at the very bottom is I've put in the definition for forward guard and super armor. I hope you can read it, but forward guard this means incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. And super armor, this means incoming damage will be reduced, and effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. So this is why when you're PvPing with people, they always bring their forward guard and their super armor. That would just be silly. Otherwise, you get knocked down so easily, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to fight that way. So one more thing I wanted to point out is the colors have changed in the skills section. I wanted to make sure that my legend matches. So if you look at Eclipse and then Obsidian Ashes and Legacy of Vidir, the super armor is colored red, which means you can't apply it in Arena. So I wanted to make sure that was there, but this is how the player card works. And just take a moment to look at everything, and when you're ready, let's go ahead and move on to the gameplay video. So it'll be about 3 to 5 minutes. Just want to highlight all of her magic activation effects and show you what she looks like when she's fighting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move over to that. Here we go. Okay, welcome to the gameplay video. So before we get started, let's show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're at Kron Castle entrance. I seem to favor this because, well, they're 2519 CP, and we are at 3426. So, it's a safe bet. We know she can kick some butt. But the goal here is to highlight the magic activation skills. And here they are. So the top 4 up there are magic activation. And then the remaining are just ones I wanted to throw in. And I wanted you to see that dark mist. So that's how I set, yeah. I wanted you to see that while she fights. So we also have an auto path on where she goes, just like all of my farming videos. So let's get her over there, and I'll have you enjoy it for 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll get my outro. So without further delay, enjoy. Alright, so we're gonna head back to town, and I'll just conclude with the outro while we're there. But hopefully this gives you a really good idea of what the Void Knight can do in gameplay and fighting. So allow me to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked the video. I'm always making more. And, you know, let your friends know. If you do like this, please subscribe, like, feel free to leave comments. So without further ado, I will say, let's get her over to a better position. It's really hard to get a zoomed in shot. There we go. That's probably as best as I'll get it. Thank you once again for watching, and you all have a great evening. Take care. Bye now.